Greetings, YouTube. Some might remember that a while back I did a video about evil player characters, and the fact that I don't like them. At least not in my high fantasy. If I want to run characters that have moral ambiguity, I will run systems that don't use alignment. So superhero games or post-apocalyptic games. I've run a lot of post-apocalyptic games in my day. None of them have ever used any kind of alignment system, and you have more moral ambiguity all over the place. But in my high fantasy, I want heroes. I don't want Vampire the Masquerade. I'm not looking for the storyline to be moved by internal drama of strife and conflict within the party. And in fact, just the other day, it could have been yesterday, I'm not positive, I don't remember. Someone actually said that not only do I not want heroes, this was a statement, but I want Mary Sue's. Now, to my understanding, a Mary Sue is an author-inserted character that is ultimately skilled from art to zoology, can do everything under the sun, and is frequently bulletproof. Well, that doesn't describe the characters I've GM'd for in my career. I have maimed, I have killed, I have cursed, I have arrested and tried and jailed. There are consequences to the actions that people make in my games, whether I have an alignment system or I don't have an alignment system. But in high fantasy, I like to run D&D variations, Pathfinder, Radiance, that kind of ballpark, under that D&D tent. And I like alignments. And I was thinking about it last night. Why do I like high fantasy like that? And to me, the party is very much of a stand-in for those characters' family. This is the family you've built, not the one that you were thrown into by the fickle will of fate. This is the family that you have chosen to belong to. And as such, you don't want a serpent in the nest. You don't want someone who is duplicitous, who is out to have ulterior motives that at best might put your party at risk, and at worst could be a direct danger to your party. And I was thinking about it, that in the families that we have no choice, the ones that we were born into biologically, there is far too much of serpents in the nests. There are parents that are abusive because they are alcoholics. There are aunts and uncles and grandparents that are sexually abusive. There are siblings that can be backstabbers, or can, say, be a junkie and stealing your property and sell it on you. That families in the real world have enough drama as it is. I don't want that thrust into my high fantasy. In addition, I'm not fond of internal drama-driven stories in my entertainment. I don't watch soap operas. I walked away from Buffy the Vampire when it was nothing. I realized it was nothing but a slightly horror science fiction themed soap opera. It was my coming revelation that I just didn't like fictional television any longer. I don't want that in my fiction. I don't watch any of the fictional shows out there available right now. None of them. I watch no television. I watch movies because I like distinct, discrete quanta of entertainment. I go to a film, I watch it, boom, 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 I walk away, I can think about it. I am not being drawn into an ongoing soap opera. I don't read comic books, because eventually I realized it was nothing but a four-colored soap opera, and I grew tired of that. I don't want it in my entertainment. But for me, I think the worst aspect of the commenter's remarks to me were the whole idea that he was stating flatly how I perceived the universe and what I wanted, as though he were in command of my mind and my desires. Was it smacked of bad, wrong fun. Now, when the whole 4E debacle hit the world, I can freely admit that I am guilty of falling into the thinking of bad, wrong fun. How dare you want to play a game like this? Eventually, I figured out why, because I saw people wanting this and wanting a different mode of thinking and playing as a connection to personal trauma in my own life. And once I divorced myself from it, I realized I simply didn't like the way that Wizards of the Coast had handled the entire treatment of us, the gamers that had not been on board for the 4E move. which is why most of us shift to Pathfinder, because they were welcoming, whereas I felt that the business decisions that Wizards of the Coast made as far as handling its fan base were horrible for 4E. But I was guilty of that bad, wrong, fun thing. But now I'm very aware of it. And someone tells me flat out that the way you want to play this game is wrong. That's incredibly arrogant. It was arrogant when I did it. It's arrogant if anyone else does it. And I said in my reply, I said, how you want to have fun and how I want to have fun are no better or worse. It's just how we want to have fun. And for me, fun in a high fantasy game is heroes. At worst, kind of angsty anti-heroes that are neutral of some variety. Alright? I don't want evil player characters in my games. I don't like that. And he brought up the character of Rastalin, whose last name I forget, character I despised. I didn't like Rastalin. For that reason. I don't want someone working cross purposes to the group that has taken them in and is trusting them. That kind of betrayal happens too much in the real world. I want my game to be a place where I can just for a little while, believe that a group of people can choose to come together and be a family and not betray each other. Yes, I'm aware that I'm probably asking a lot, but it's one of the reasons that I enjoyed Firefly and so much and Serenity, because they built a family. It's why I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy, which I still need to do a review of, because they built a family. They went into the kiln unformed, and they came out as a social unit. Lovely use of the word kiln. That just thrilled me in film. That's what I want in a game in high fantasy. I don't want Vampire the Masquerade. I don't want soap operas. I want the team of heroes working together to change the world. And it doesn't mean they're not going to get killed or maimed or cursed or arrested for something that they did or didn't do. It doesn't mean that people aren't going to set them up, that people aren't going to lie and cheat and steal from them. I just don't want them doing it to each other. I want cohesion, not strife. One of the things I love about role-playing games is it's a cooperative process. It's not competitive. And to my mind, you throw an evil player character into the group and it becomes competitive in a place that I don't want there to be competition. There's enough competition in the real world. We do not need more. Especially in America, competition is everywhere. You cannot escape it. Well, I'd like to believe that you can. And that's one of the reasons I don't like evil player characters, because I want people to be able to have a respite from drama-driven fiction. And I don't think that makes me wrong for wanting that. In fact, I'm pretty sure how I want to have fun and how you want to have fun are equal.